In this segment, we will demonstrate the pre-service procedure, which includes cleaning and disinfecting, basic table setup, greeting the client, and performing a needs assessment. It is required to disinfect your tools and implements after every use. Part of your pre-service procedure is to make sure you have a cleaned and disinfected set of implements available for your client. For a complete demonstration, watch the Cleaning and Disinfecting Non-Electrical Tools and Equipment segment. Making sure your workstation is clean and disinfected and prepared for efficiency and your client's comfort will make all the difference when performing a manicure or pedicure. To set up for a manicure, start by cleaning and disinfecting the table and drawer. Be sure to use an EPA-approved surface disinfectant according to the directions on the product label.
Be sure to leave the disinfectant on the table for the amount of time specified on the product label. These times aren't merely recommendations. Many surface disinfectants require a certain amount of time to completely disinfect the surface.
Lay a clean cloth or terry towel down over the width of your work surface. Now, take an additional clean towel and wrap the client's arm cushion. Position the cushion on the edge of the manicure table in front of the client. Next, place a lint-free disposable cloth in front of you to work from. This cloth can be replaced as needed throughout the service. Next, take out your abrasives and buffers and position them on the table where you can conveniently reach them during the procedure. Most technicians place their tools on the right because they are right-handed, but if you're left-handed, they'll be more easily accessible on your left side. Now prepare a trash receptacle where you can deposit used materials while performing the manicure. Use a metal trash can with a self-closing lid, or, if you don't have one, tape or clip a plastic bag to the side of your table. Plastic bags must be sealed and thrown away after every client to prevent product vapors from escaping into the salon air.
Most state board regulations require all technicians to have a metal trash container with a foot pedal-operated self-closing lid at their station. If you don't have a container like that, you can tape or clip a plastic bag to the edge of your table. But if you do use a plastic bag, just remember you need to seal it and throw it away after every single client.
The drawer of your manicure table is a great place to conveniently store tools and materials that you'll need immediate access to during a procedure, like extra cotton or cotton balls, abrasives, buffers, nail polish dryer, and any other supplies you might need. Be sure to always keep your drawer clean and organized. This makes it easier to quickly locate items in the middle of a procedure and also ensures the cleanliness of your materials. Keep things organized by putting everything, especially cleaned and disinfected implements, in clean covered containers to protect them from dust and recontamination. Remember to never ever put used materials in your drawer. Before your client arrives, set out your tools and implements. Then, fill a finger bowl with warm water and place it on the left or right of your table. Place your manicure brush right next to the finger bowl. You will bring your finger bowl to the middle of the table when needed. The basic setup for a pedicure should include a comfortable and ergonomically correct stool for the technician, a client chair and a footrest for the client, and a pedicure cart to hold your service implements and materials. Start by cleaning and disinfecting the work surface and drawers of the pedicure cart. Be sure to use an EPA-approved surface disinfectant according to the directions on the product label. And if you haven't already, clean and disinfect the foot spa. Follow the proper procedure covered in the infection control segment. Place a clean cloth or disposable towel on the work surface where you will lay your tools. Additional cloth towels should be folded neatly and placed nearby for use during the service. Place at least 2 towels over the footrest. This presents a clean surface under the feet to the client and will be used to dry the feet during the service. Next, place the abrasives, buffers, and cleaned and disinfected implements onto the service towel on the work surface of the cart. Make sure any professional products that you will be using during the service are accessible. The drawer of your pedicure cart is a great place for conveniently storing tools and materials that you'll need immediate access to during a procedure. Use your drawer to store things like extra cotton or cotton balls, abrasives, buffers, nail polish dryer, toe separators, disposable slippers, disposable gloves, and any other supplies you might need while you're performing a procedure. Be sure to always keep your drawer clean and organized. Remember to never ever put used materials in your drawer. Now, prepare a trash receptacle where you can deposit used materials while you're performing the pedicure. Use a metal trash can with a self-closing lid, or, if you don't have one, tape or clip a plastic bag to the side of your cart. Plastic bags must be sealed and thrown away after every client. Fill the tub or basin with warm water and the soak product. Always follow manufacturer's directions. Check the water temperature before seating your client, then again prior to placing your client's feet into it. The water temperature must not exceed 104 degrees.
Whether you've been doing your client's nails for 10 years or it's her first nail service, your goal is to always make every single client feel special and welcome. Treat her like royalty. Greet her with a big smile and a friendly handshake. Introduce yourself if you've never met before, and if she's new to the salon, ask her for the consultation card or sheet she was asked to fill out in the reception area. It's also a great idea to give her a tour of the salon or spa so that she feels comfortable in the new environment.
Escort the client to the hand-washing area and have her wash her hands. First, demonstrate the proper hand-washing procedure using your own hands. Then, give the client a fresh nail brush and have her wash her own hands.
According to the Center for Disease Control, washing your hands is one of the most important steps you can take to avoid getting sick or spreading germs to other people.
Once your client has washed their hands, give the client a fresh, clean terry towel or disposable towel to dry off.
Make absolutely certain the towels you use are clean and not worn. These types of small details can have a profound effect on the client experience.
Show the client to your manicure table and make her comfortable before you begin the service. Now it's time to determine what type of service the client is looking for. Look over her consultation card, perform the needs assessment, and talk to her about her responses to determine a course of action for the service.
Being a good communicator is a necessity in the nail industry. One of the areas where communication is extremely important is during the client consultation, also known as a needs assessment. It is one of the most important parts of any service and should always be performed before starting the actual service. Effective client consultations will help you provide your client with the proper service.
Carefully read the client's intake form, asking the client questions as you're reading to break the ice and assess the client's wishes and needs. Keep the intake form close by throughout the procedure for reference. Next, evaluate the client's nails for length, strength, and healthiness. Take note of whether they are long, short, or somewhere in between. Notice if her nails are healthy and strong, brittle, or weak. Together, conclude what the client does and does not like when it comes to her nails. Discuss her nail history and find out what nail services she's had in the past, such as manicures, pedicures, or nail enhancements, and ask about the outcome of those services. Examine the shape of the client's nails and nail bed to determine an ideal length and shape for her nails. Also ask her what nail length and shape she prefers and why she likes them.
Finding out more about your client will help you get a better idea of the nail styles that best suit her lifestyle. Ask questions about her career, such as, what do you do for a living? Do you work in an office environment, or does your job require you to get your hands dirty? Ask lifestyle questions, like, do you spend a lot of time outdoors, or do you have hobbies that are rough on your nails? Ask about her goals for the nail services, like, do you have a strong personal style that you'd like your nails to project? And finally, find out how much time she is willing to invest in the nail service.
Show the client some photos of finished looks in your nail art books. Also show her color wheels and nail art rings. Ask her to point out the looks and colors she likes and the ones she doesn't like. Ask her to elaborate as to why she does or doesn't like them.
This is also a good time to make sure the client fully understands and accepts any personal limitations the nail service will cause. Pay close attention to what the client is saying and what she's looking for in the finished service. A good way to get a clear idea of what both you and the client are saying is through reflective listening. This is when you listen to what the client says and then repeat it back to her in your own words. Reflective listening is a very important skill to master. It will help you to know the best service for each of your clients and also to build a deep trust with them.
Now make some valid nail service suggestions to the client based on her lifestyle and any other relevant characteristics you've learned about her. If the client has expressed any unrealistic expectations or pointed out any unrealistic photos, tactfully explain why certain services may not work for her based on her individual characteristics or personal needs.
You should always be thinking of ways to make your client's new look more complete. Never hesitate to suggest add-on services. For example, if you provided the client with a manicure service, recommend a pedicure for a top-to-toe polished look, or even recommend a color service with a stylist you trust.
Again, remind the client of any lifestyle limitations associated with her chosen nail style or service. Then explain what maintenance services they will need to maintain the service they are receiving and how often they will need to schedule this. Also go over any home maintenance she will need to perform in order to keep her nails looking their best between salon services. Take note of the services to be performed on the client consultation card and reiterate everything that you and your client have agreed.
Explaining the service you will perform and the maintenance it will need in the future is the most critical step of the consultation process, because this determines the client's ultimate service experience. So take your time and be thorough.
Now it is time to perform the service. Remember to put on gloves at the start of each service.